The vet has one of the most difficult jobs in the world.
It is difficult because like humans at least you can talk to. Animal is aggressive, you get bitten, you get injured. But in the end you can't blame the animal or shout at the animal ki why did you bite me?
And when you do acupuncture, how does an animal typically take it?
So 99% of the dogs, cats, horses, cows, they take it quite well. But that 1% you have to just hold them and keep till the treatment is done. But after 3-4 sessions they also start realizing that this thing is helping me, and then they understand and they cooperate.
Oh, that's interesting.
There is one disease that is very well known, rabies. कि अच्छा मेरे डॉग ने मुझे काट लिया तो मुझे रेबीज़ हो जाएगा, तो अगर स्ट्रे डॉग मेरे डॉग के से सोशलाइज करेगा तो वो रेबीज़ दे देगा तो.
So rabies is a deadly disease as there is no cure for it. There have been cases where there is a dog in the lane and he keeps biting other dogs, bites humans who are coming going, and that dog dies within a few days. So in such cases you have to do the postmortem of that dog and check if he was positive for rabies or no. So if you have any cut or injury on your body and the dog who has rabies, his saliva goes into your body, so that can also transmit the virus.
Is it ideal to euthanize a dog, or is it against nature?
So regarding the euthanasia thing,
Welcome to Be Aware of Animals, a podcast where we explore untold truths, wisdom, and healing that animals bring into our lives. Hi, I'm Amit, your host.
And I am Divya Sambhavani, canine behaviorist and trainer. Today we have with us someone truly exceptional in the field of animal wellness, Dr. Akshay Shah from Acuvet India.
Dr. Akshay is a pioneer in integrating traditional veterinary medicine with holistic modalities like acupuncture, homeopathy, bat flower remedy, and laser therapy, among others.
If you've ever wondered if there's more to healing than just conventional medicine and surgeries, stay tuned.
This episode is a part of series Beyond Pet Care, a journey to holistic well-being. Welcome, Dr. Akshay.
so it's a great feeling to be on this podcast and share my views and thoughts on how I work and how I can help the animal industry slowly to make them more comfortable and pain free.
Now, let's say I get a puppy home or a kitten or a rescue dog. What are the first three things that I must take care of from a vet's point of view?
So now that a new member has come into your family, when you get a new puppy or a new kitten, prior to getting the kitten, I would advise for you to go and just check, interact with the puppy, kitten, see how they are playing, how they are accepting you. So, firstly, you should physical examination is important to check for any ticks, fleas, any lesions on the body, any injuries, ears, eyes. Check for their stool, urine, if that is clear. Sad to say that a lot of breeders they don't do ethical breeding and they don't keep the puppies or the kittens clean. Such cases when they come, they are infested with ticks and fleas, with skin problems, with scaly skin.
But is
Uh,
it that simple to get these kind of details from a breeder who just wants to sell off the puppy?
it is difficult. As I said, people are doing it very unethically and not following proper standards and norms. So it is going to be a task, but you have to be behind them.
For a common man who perhaps is doing it for the first time, has no really no such background or knowledge, how to even identify those signs? So that physical checking something that we all can do.
Right.
But beyond that, to figure out whether the stomach is bloated or there is any additional sign or mark is something very difficult for a common man to.
It is difficult, and that's when they get stuck, no?
Yeah. So wouldn't it be a better idea that if I decide to adopt, to have like a pre-adoption checkup kind of a.
These adoption cases are previously checked by vets and then they are put up for adoption. So
Okay. So this problem mainly comes only in the case of breeders.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The unethical breeding.
Because
that you
usually
spoke
the rescuers are themselves aware about
Right.
this, that they have to do this because they've been doing it for years or
Ah,
have good
true.
amount of experience in something like this.
True.
Once all that is okay done, second thing that important is that you have to ask the person from where you're getting the puppy or the kitten is for the vaccination and the deworming status,
Okay.
so that we know that the first vaccine has been given to them and they are protected against the diseases, because there will be a change in environment when that puppy or the kitten comes to your house. Once now the third important thing is thirdly the food and the other things, because now that the baby has come to your house, that is a new environment for them.
Right.
For them to get used to, your house, your touch, your family members, because everyone will be excited, everyone will be playing with
Correct.
it.
Correct.
So they also need their time to, get adjusted, find out what they were eating before, because sudden change in food can again disrupt their stomach and again cause issues in the stomach problems. So it's always advisable to, find out what the puppy was having, continue the same thing, and then start introducing new things. Since it's a new baby at your house, you are excited to try everything new. No, I've got
Right.
this toy for him, I've got this treat for him.
Ideally, what is the right age to introduce treats to our young puppies?
Usually the
Or we should not
treats,
do it at all?
it's better not to do it, give commercial treats. There's no problem giving them later on, but they have some kind of preservatives or some kind of
100%.
additives must be there.
Yes, for sure.
So it's better to avoid them till they are 4 months of age.
Okay.
For in such scenarios, you can make natural treats at home. Do some effort for the puppy which you have got at
Yeah,
home.
that's also a love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor, a lot of times it happens that people want to buy a certain type of breed or they want to get a certain dog home, but they are not sure how to choose the right breeder. And a lot of times, breeder will just make the sell, and the puppy may come unhealthy or not the what the person expected. So in that time, how does a person ideally choose a puppy, say from a breeder or a rescue center? What are your green flags and red flags?
So in such cases, when the breeder is not based in your city, they just send you photos or videos, and then you call the puppy home. The puppy is having loose motions. It comes out to be parvo.
Correct.
It is very stressful for the puppy as well, because fighting such a disease is difficult and recovery sometimes is not good.
Correct.
So it's always advisable for you to go see the puppy yourself, see the activity levels,
Yeah.
all those things. Because I had one case where the parents, they got the puppy home, it tested parvo positive. They sent the puppy back to the breeder. After a few days, they still wanted a puppy. So from some other random group, they got a video of the puppy, and it was the same puppy. So that breeder was still selling the puppy, even if it had parvo. So they are not,
They don't care so
they
much.
don't care. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
sad
yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
it's on us. We have to be careful, and
Correct.
better to adopt a puppy rather than
Of course.
go for
Yeah.
breed
Yeah.
puppies. Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely.
Doc, continuing our discussion, that assuming that I'm a pet parent, right? What are the kind of signs that should raise red flags for me as a parent, where it makes me understand that my pet is in terrible pain, immense pain, and that I must rush to a vet? What are the kind of signs that I need to watch out for?
So it's, you have to be very sharp noticing the behavior. You should know the normal behavior of your pet, how he is otherwise.
Okay.
So when he is in pain, then you can make out easily. So for example, if there is any joint pain, so there will be some kind of limping in either of the legs.
Okay.
The pet won't put pressure on that leg, or the leg will be, he won't touch that leg to the ground. Another thing is, like, if there is spinal pain, then the pet will refuse to get up or walk.
Okay.
And in case of abdominal pain, like colic kind of a pain, then the pet might be curled up, sitting down. So all these small things tell you a location from where exactly the pain is. So you'll have to be aware of, like, where exactly it's happening.
So, is there like a manual, or is there some sort of a training available for pet parents where you teach new pet parents about these kind of signs? And because I'll tell you where I'm coming from, that sometimes my dog is just barking or whining. Now it could be because of anything.
Right.
So how do I differentiate that this can perhaps be a cause of some kind of a physical pain or?
As you said, he's barking or whining. It could be either pain or anxiety.
Correct.
Yeah.
So then once you know the behavior, key now is his food timing. So now he's crying for that. He wants that. He wants to go out. He wants your company. He wants to play.
Right.
Like that.
So I think what you're trying to say is that the basic एक जो training है वो हर pet parent को लेनी ही चाहिए to understand the
yes.
behavior of the dog and
Basic
in general
behavior.
pet care.
Correct.
Correct.
All right.
It's basically how our animals learn about us through observation. So we also learn about them through observation. हमें अगर वॉमिट होता है तो हम वॉमी स्टॉप खा लेते हैं, बट जब एनिमल्स को वॉमिट जैसे सेंसेशन होता है या और दे फील दैट देयर इज टॉक्सिन्स इन द बॉडी, प्लीज गाइड मी डॉक्टर,
They
दे विल
try
ईट
to
ग्रास.
grass and clear out
Oh,
their
is it?
stomach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they believe in addressing, they believe in letting it out of the system. We humans tend to suppress things. So that's one
Oh,
thing we learn
interesting.
from the
Yeah.
animals.
Because like this, I'm sure there are other dilemmas or challenges that pet parents may have, because a lot of people, when looking at their pet and they perhaps realize or they try to understand whether the pet is in some kind of a pain or going through some situation which needs medical attention, and then they also stop taking them out, कि बाहर से कहीं कुछ इन्फेक्शन ना लग जाए, कहीं कुछ उल्टा सीधा खा ना ले, कहीं कोई चीज़ ऐसी लिक ना कर ले. So then is it right to curb its movement and keep it restrained inside the house
No, that's
in such
not
situation?
right. It's not right. Since you being a behaviorist, you must be knowing that going out, exploring things is essential for the mental development and growth of the pet as well. So it can lead to increased anxiety issues, or that energy of your pet is not being utilized. So that can be converted into other forms of aggression as well sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. See, what happens ना, a lot of times there's a lot of misinformation in the market. A lot of people believe कि मेरा डॉग बाहर वॉक पे भी जाएगा तो टिक्स एंड फ्लीज हो जाएगा, यू नो लाइक दैट, या तो मेरी फीमेल डॉग बाहर जाएगी तो प्रेग्नेंट हो जाएगी. सो इफ़ यू कैन गाइड अस इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट सपोज टुमारो आई डिसाइड टू टेक माई डॉग आउट, what are the things that I should watch out for when it comes to ticks, fleas, or when it comes to even some of the most deadly diseases also. So what do you think I should watch out for?
See, in the end, it's life. जो है बीमारी है, whatever, we can get it, they can get it, and we have to face it. We can't just sit at home
Yeah.
and live our lives.
Right.
So going out is important for us as well as for them.
Correct.
So to be careful of ticks and fleas, you can use preventive measures. There are a lot of natural ticks and flea preventive measures available. Wherever you're going, just be careful, study that area. If it's a new area, to see if there are other dogs or there are chances of other dogs attacking your pet.
Correct.
So all these minute things you can look into before going out.
Correct. And a lot of times, some people also tend to get confused in if my dog shares the same water bowl with another dog, or if my dog is around other dogs, then if that dog has a problem, will my dog also get it?
No,
So,
this is
yeah.
usually this is not the case. In case if, for example, if that dog has a viral infection, then there are chances of
But that you
your
would never
dog
know,
contact,
especially with a stray, for example.
strays, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
then it's better to carry your own water bowl, no? You
Correct.
get a lot of
Right.
take it, because whenever we used to go out with my pet, उसका अलग एक bag रहता था. उसका medicines, emergency medicines, like if you're going on a trip for 4-5 days, then his water bowl, his blanket, one extra bowl, like tick and flea prevention medicines, sprays, basic first aid, and all
Correct.
those things. Yeah.
Pretty big bag for a first aid.
And
Yeah.
But we are going on a trip. We have our
Yeah.
bags. We need his
Yeah,
bag as well.
of course. Instead of stacking up with dog के clothes and toys, ये तो ज़्यादा important है ना. These are things that are
These
life
are
saving.
basic, essential things.
Yeah.
But what you just mentioned about them catching infections, ये एक normally concern रहता है दिमाग में कि especially when our pet is meeting with the strays, they are more likely to catch infection or diseases.
Ticks and fleas ka there could be a problem,
Okay,
considering they are interacting with the strays.
correct.
But otherwise, majorly, if the immunity of your pet is good, he is healthy, then chances of getting infection from other dogs is very less.
Right. So we are saying in case of if our pet is going through a medical condition and thereby the immunity is low,
Low, then
we should
better to
avoid
avoid.
taking them
Yes,
out in
better
such
to avoid,
scenarios. I think we just jumped on to the most important questions that we had in our mind, as animal lovers and as professionals who are working, in this industry, in the service of our pet animals. But would you care to please share a little bit more about your entire aspect of the holistic well-being when you mention at Acuvet? What exactly is it, and what all does it entail?
Majorly the cases that come, they have tried and tested all the available allopathic medication. There is no result. They are getting all strong medications, steroids, everything, antibiotics, everything has been used. So in such cases, it is difficult to help clear the body of all these things and then start some kind of a treatment. So holistically, we can usually we do acupuncture for such cases. Then I try homeopathy. Then there are herbal medicines also available. So it's a mixture of 2 3 modalities which helps to heal the body. For example, for arthritis and hip dysplasia, or for spondylitis, and such cases are seen in senior pets. So here you can't use painkillers for long term, which again will affect the liver and kidney. So in such cases, again, acupuncture, homeopathy helps for pain management. It helps to reduce the inflammation locally that is happening, and it helps to slow down the degeneration. See, in the end, it's the body, human body or animal body, the degenerative age-related changes are going to happen. There's nothing that is.
That can stop that, yeah.
So this helps to slow it down and improve the quality of life.
And when you do things like acupuncture, how does an animal typically take it?
So 99% of the dogs, cats, horses, cows, they take it quite well. So they also understand, because this is kind of an energy
Yes.
healing. So once the needles are inside, they feel more comfortable, calm. Lot of dogs, cats, they relax, they sleep. But that 1% you have to just hold them and keep till the treatment is done. But
Yeah.
after 3 4 sessions, they also start realizing that this thing is helping me, and then they understand and they cooperate.
Yeah. Because sometimes even the thought of like having all those needles on our dog or our cat is also pretty scary for a pet parent to think. But
Yeah.
it is ultimately for their benefit. And like you said, they
And it's not
understand
painful.
energy. Yeah.
Amazing. What inspired you to combine this traditionally veterinary care with holistic healing for animals?
So traditionally, there are medicines, allopathy, all surgeries, all these modalities which are used for humans and as animals as well.
Right?
So all these things have a lot of side effects. So my aim was to provide healing with minimum or no side effects. So that's how I was more inclined towards learning holistic therapies for pets, and that's how I got into this field.
Although you partly mentioned, but if you have to just detail them out a little bit more for the understanding of our viewers, especially, what kind of animals or situations do we usually treat at Acuvet?
So basically, considering the holistic approach, we treat for majorly a lot of chronic cases for skin infections,
Okay.
then for epilepsy, then for urinary incontinence, we combine with acupuncture and homeopathy for incontinence. Acupuncture does help with seizures, arthritis pain, for spondylitis pain, for neurological problems like paralysis cases, or post lot of rescue cases come who have met with an accident and they can't walk or are paralyzed in the lower body. So in such cases, then basic medical issues like for cough, like constipation, loose motion, and all these things can be treated with holistic medicines without giving strong allopathic medication like antibiotics or other medicines.
And in this, does breed, age, gender, temperament play a role?
No.
Okay.
For example, for homeopathy also, for the cat, dog, we've treated elephants, and we've given homeopathy for the tiger at the zoo also.
Oh,
So the dose and everything is the same. So the elephant will also get the same amount of medicine which a small kitten will get. So it's the same thing.
That thought is only so sweet.
yeah, seriously. I mean, look at the cat and it's like it's not even a part of the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, doctor, a lot of people feel that holistic can mean unscientific and homeopathy is slow.
Yeah.
What do you have to say
So
to them?
again, there's a different school of thought. Like, it's again on your belief.
Right.
So a lot of people come to me and they are like, no, you give allopathy only. I don't believe in homeopathy.
Actually, they come and tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I say, at least आप try करके देखो. So then after a few weeks of treatment, at least it is helping a little bit. Still they have that thing in their mind, नहीं, this is not working.
मजा नहीं आ रहा है.
But they know it is helping, but they don't want to accept it that this is helping. So as you said, homeopathy is slow. People have that misconcept. There are remedies in homeopathy where you can give it to a dying case and it helps to revive that animal or human as well. So there are quick acting remedies as well.
In homeopathy.
Homeopathy, yeah. So
Awesome.
that is a misconception that it is a slow working science. People believe when the remedy starts working, that's when they understand कि चलो कुछ काम कर रहा है.
Correct.
But now acupuncture is also being backed by science, like researches have been done. So there are points in the body which when you stimulate, they help release natural stem cells and
Oh.
help bring about healing.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
yeah, so when you insert these needles at specific points, they help release natural endorphins and painkillers and anti-inflammatory substances, molecules in the body, which brings about the healing.
Any monumental story that you have in mind of this one dog or this one cat or any animal that you can't forget? Like, this is something that maybe everyone gave up, but you did not give up, or the animal did not give up.
Yeah, so again, as you said, the animal did not give up. So it's on the willpower of the animal also, how much he wants to fight.
Yeah.
So similarly, one case, senior dog around 11, 12 years. So they were going to put that dog to sleep because owners were not ready to, see the pet suffering. So I said, just let's give a few weeks. We'll try this out.
What was the issue with that?
So that dog had some acute kidney issues.
Okay.
And the liver values were raised, and plus arthritis, spondylitis, these common age-related things. So then we did acupuncture, homeopathy, and the dog lived for another 5-6 months more happily. So that was a very good sign. Like you can prolong the life comfortably, not like the suffering wala life,
Right.
but a comfortable life. Yeah.
Good. Amazing. It's wonderful to see that vets like you are actually taking charge in listening to our animals, right? Like, there are many vets who give like a list of tablets, or फिर वो dog को tablets stuff करना पड़ता है down their throat, and they are also not happy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that, sending this vibration, using these kind of modalities is only making the animals happier. And when they feel happy, then they will want to extend their life also.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
wonderful.
So that helps.
Yeah.
And the pet parents also, when they have a will to, take care
Yeah.
of the pet, then that also adds to the
Right.
benefit.
It's very similar to what happens in a human life, like you rightly said.
Yeah.
So, doctor, how you mentioned about euthanasia, right now, a lot of pet parents who we work with, they have this question very often that, is it ethical? Do I have the right to take my dog's life? To put it in simple words, what do you feel from a vet's perspective in this?
Like if your pet is having seizures, it was like once a month, twice a month, you're controlling with medication. Now, today, if your pet is having seizures, say around 5 to 10 seizures throughout during the day, and even with strong medications, then you have to give mild anesthetic injections to, calm the brain down. But post that also, if the dog is not, feeling better, then in such cases, I would suggest to, let the dog go because it is, you can see it is suffering.
Correct.
But on the other hand, if it is for your convenience and the dog is old, मैं एक महीना नहीं रहूँगा, what if something happens to my pet during that time? Then for that there are people who come to me कि let's just let him go. Then that I am not okay with.
Yeah, correct. It's not a
Yeah.
convenience thing.
Yeah, pet has spent his life with you.
Yeah,
His life was dependent on you.
correct.
So then that is wrong.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, out of attachment, we try to prolong the animal's life. Like bar IV deke ya steroid shots deke. We try to get the heart to beat a little more. We try to revive them, just another day, just another month.
So I've had such cases where they kept the pet, they did everything, they kept 2 servants for the pet. Till 2 years, they did everything for the pet, like clean the potty, clean the susu, feed, give saline, give medicines. And then the dog went away naturally.
I can only imagine what you must be going through on a day-to-day basis. What is the most challenging, thing or a moment for you in your career, in your profession?
It is difficult because daily dealing with variety of animals, like humans at least you can talk to.
Right.
Animal is aggressive, some are calm, you get bitten, you get injured. But in the end, you can't blame the animal or shout at the animal ki why did you bite me. So it's a natural reaction. So you have to be understanding how the animal is and treat it accordingly.
That is so amazing. I think just the thought and this acceptance is so amazing.
Yeah.
That's the
Amazing.
fun of being
Being a vet.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this statement. All right. So, Doc, for the new pet parents and for the existing pet parents, what should be our dog or our cat or our pet's routine from a vet's perspective in terms of their physical, emotional, and mental well being?
So since you're getting a pet at home, first figure out you have time for your pet,
Okay.
then only get a pet at home. And setting up a routine as per your routine, the food, feeding intervals, then the activity levels. You take, if it's a dog, you have to take the dog for a walk.
Correct.
And if it's a cat, then mental enrichment and things to for the cat to play at home.
What about medicines and basic treatments, like how for human child we have this polio and this and that, and there are multiple vaccinations that you have to give them till a certain age.
Right.
Is there something similar with pets also?
Yes. So the diseases which we talked about previously, like parvo, distemper, so there is no cure as such for the diseases, and hence we vaccinate them.
Right.
Since the birth, you can follow a proper vaccination schedule, deworming schedule for dogs as well as cats. So each doctor has his different set protocol, but overall, globally, there is a set protocol which can be followed. And once those vaccinations are complete, it would be better to interact with other dogs or stray dogs who are not vaccinated.
I see.
For example, yeah.
And at what age or stage do you think that the first vaccination must be given?
So first vaccine should be started from 45 to 50 days of their age.
Okay.
And
For cats and dogs,
Right.
both, yeah.
and what is the ideal age when someone should get a puppy home?
Ideally, the puppy should come home after 2 months, 2.5 months after staying with the mother. So the growth and development is better. A lot of people, they get the puppies when they're 30 days old. So their immunity is weak, so they can, catch infections faster.
So, doctor, how we spoke about different diseases right now, like distemper, parvo, etc. There is one disease that is very well known, rabies, right? और कभी-कभी we have these misconceptions. New pet parents struggle to understand कि अच्छा मेरे dog ने मुझे काट लिया तो मुझे rabies हो जाएगा तो अगर stray dog मेरे dog के से socialize करेगा तो उस वो rabies दे देगा तो so if you can just throw some light on understanding how rabies spreads and how are our pets exposed to it.
So rabies, yeah, it's a deadly disease as there is no cure for it for humans as well as animals. In the basic core vaccination, we do rabies vaccines for the puppies or kittens.
Great.
So that protects them as well as it protects us from getting rabies.
Correct.
Secondly, if it's a stray puppy or an animal, so you have to observe that dog, because there have been cases where there is a dog who in the lane and he keeps biting other dogs, bites humans who are coming going. And that dog dies within a few days. So in such cases, you have to do the postmortem of that dog and check if he was positive for rabies or no. So rabies happens when there is a tear in the skin and the saliva of that dog, cat,
Okay.
any other animal which is infected with rabies enters your bloodstream, then the chances of you getting rabies are high. So in such cases, you have to go and first clean the bite area or wound area nicely with water and soap. Then seek medical attention. If it's a deep wound, then a human doctor. I'm talking in case of humans. If it's a deep wound, then you have to take immunoglobulins which are given at the site of bite,
Okay.
and you have to take post-bite anti-rabies vaccination protocol, which is of 5 injections now.
Yeah.
Similarly, in animals, if you suspect that the dog has rabies and has bitten your pet, at least within 24 hours, within 12 hours, you should go and get a post-bite anti-rabies vaccination done for your pet.
Okay.
Usually 3 doses if your pet is vaccinated.
Yeah.
Secondly, another very common issue that comes up is like, if my dog is vaccinated, your dog is vaccinated. They are playing with each other and they bite each other.
Okay.
And if there is a deep wound or proper bite, in such cases, technically, as per the textbook, you don't need to vaccinate your pet, because my dog is vaccinated, your dog is vaccinated. They have antibodies which can fight in the infection. Secondly, I know how I keep my pet. You keep your pet healthy. So in such cases, the vaccine can be avoided. Usually over vaccination is also not good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if the dog bites us, like in our field, we usually take prophylactic doses every yearly, but still post bite, if it's a stray dog, if it's a deep bite, then we do take as a precaution 1 to 3 doses of
Yeah.
post bite vaccinations.
Even for rescuers, right?
Rescuers, it is always advisable to
Yeah.
be vaccinated.
And is it compulsory for pet parents?
No,
Okay.
unless they are interacting with strays or non-vaccinated animals.
Does it spread only by biting and, like you said, saliva entering the bloodstream, or could it also be by a deep scratch?
So a scratch usually for a dog, I won't be worried, but for cats, usually they groom themselves. So when they lick their paws, nails, sometimes that virus might,
Exactly.
if the cat has rabies,
Yeah.
so that there are chances for you that the virus can get lodged into your system. Secondly, if you have any cut or injury on your body, and the dog who has rabies, his saliva goes into
Licks
your
yeah.
body, so that can also transmit the virus. Then in that case, the dog is not bitten you, but still you can get infected. Yeah.
So, doctor, now coming to the most controversial question. Is it optional to spay and neuter our pets, or is it compulsory?
So yes, this is kind of an optional thing for a male dog. They are prone to something called as benign prostate hyperplasia. It's kind of a benign cancerous condition of the prostate gland which male dogs have.
Correct.
So in general practice, out of 100%, around 60 to 80% dogs, they develop this issue after 8-9 years of age. In that case, if that dog is suffering, showing clinical signs of pain or issues, then it is advisable to neuter at that age, which helps for that to normalize. It takes another 40-50 days for that condition to improve post neutering. Aggression is again a different
The
thing.
excessive amount of testosterone that is being supplied into
Yes.
the dog's body.
Right.
See, usually, doctor, what I suggest to people is that it depends from dog to dog as well. Every body reacts in a different way. What happens is the testicles or the uterus is present in a dog's body for a certain reason. The only task or the only function that particular organ has is to say supply testosterone. So what happens is that when the testosterone is supplied, but there is no release, because it's not that when mating our dogs every day,
Right,
which is
right.
ideally the natural thing.
Correct.
Where parents sometimes feel that spaying and neutering is unnatural, but उनको mate नहीं कराने भी तो unnatural ही
Unnatural
हुआ
है,
ना.
correct.
So then in that case हम आधे रास्ते छोड़ देते हैं. ना हम उनको spay neuter कराते हैं और ना ही हम उनको mate कराते हैं, तो बीच में छोड़ देते हैं. तो dog's body, cat's body is
Then
usually
they suffer
confused.
unnecessary.
Correct. So that's why in that case, I always say that, observe your dog's body. If the dog is constantly humping, clearly has issues of aggression where there was no specific trigger as such in their environment, it's stemming from their own body, or in general, the female dog is going through pseudo pregnancy, doctor can shed more light on
Yes.
that. So then in that case, I usually recommend, because then the dog's body, or the dog has an undescended testicle. So dog का body भी बताता है हमें कि क्या करना चाहिए.
Another important thing I would like to point out is homeopathy. There is wonderful cure for pseudo pregnancy without any strong hormones or medication, which help to wear off and clear off the symptoms of pseudo pregnancy in dogs. If you know signs of pseudo pregnancy, you see milk in the mammary glands of the female dogs. Sometimes if that doesn't get cleared off, that becomes like knots, and it can further lead to mammary gland tumors, which are again aggressive form of cancer. So in such cases, dogs who are prone to becoming pseudo pregnant after every cycle, then I would recommend to go for neutering.
Yeah.
Another general thing I would like to inform or say that prior to going for neutering, please maintain the weight of your pets. So because post neutering, when there is a hormonal imbalance, they tend to put on weight, and to lose that weight is a little difficult unless it's an emergency, like it's a pyometra, or there are other complications where you have to urgently go for the surgery.
And what is the right age to spay or neuter our dogs, our cats rather?
If you want to do it early, I would suggest at least let them go through 2 cycles of heat.
That is for female, right?
Females,
and
yeah.
for
For
males,
males also 1.5-2 years you can wait
Tell me, how much money do I need to keep separate to bring about my pet in the right manner?
Most important question.
It is important because unless you can't afford unnecessarily, don't
Yeah.
get a dog or a cat at home because it's injustice to them.
True.
Correct.
Because if you can't provide proper care, you can't provide proper food, you can't provide proper medical attention for your pet, then it is not right to get it at home.
Many times as a trainer I've seen where parents go, I have specifically said, yes, your dog needs to be neutered, or definitely you need to consider spaying or neutering, but they say कि हमारे बजट में नहीं है. We did not anticipate कि ये अमाउंट भी निकालना होगा. या तो कभी the dog ended up going out and catching a disease from somewhere, and then vet bills are of a certain amount. Parents are not sure कि हम ये afford कर पाते हैं, so then they stop taking their dog out altogether.
Correct.
So yeah, you need to have that emergency fund for yourself,
Right.
as well as for your pet also.
Yeah.
So for example, a basic expense that would be occurred, like yearly vaccinations have to be done.
Right.
Every 3 monthly deworming has to be done. Deworming is not that expensive though, but still you have to do it.
Correct.
Then the daily food money is required. So for example, if you're giving fresh home cooked food, chicken, rice, vegetables, medical care also, you should avoid compromising on the quality. So people are not ready to spend money for training. They don't understand that it is going to be beneficial for them in the long run when the pet is well trained.
Correct. Like we always say, that
Yeah.
training is an investment, not an
Yeah,
expense.
exactly. So that helps for in the future
Yeah.
when you interact with your pet, if the pet is trained, when guests come at home,
Correct.
how the pet interacts with them. You
Correct.
want them to have a good experience, because if I'm coming to home and your dog is attacking me, that trauma is in my head. So whenever my life has changed after that, so whenever I meet a dog or a thing, so I am afraid that I'll be away from that dog.
Yeah,
So it's a very small thing, but it affects the life of a third individual who is coming just for a few hours to your house.
Correct. Correct.
Then as your pet becomes senior, after a particular age, after 10 years, at least every 6 months or yearly, you should go to your vet, get a general routine checkup, get a blood test done, get a heart checkup done. So that helps you detect disease at an early stage, which will help prevent further damage to that organ.
Yeah.
So you can start medication from then, or supplements to keep your pet healthy, because later on if you detect something is there, then that expense increases. Now that's like an additional emergency expense.
Correct. And since you spoke about training, is what I usually sometimes how people say that training is expensive, or veterinary care is expensive. But I always tell parents that tomorrow if your dog is pulling on leash and you fall down, तो आपके हॉस्पिटल के खर्चे से तो कम ही होगा ट्रेनिंग का खर्चा.
So if I can push you, can you help us with an approximate figure, say from a 3 months old puppy to, let's say in a generic, a 15-year-old
Like an
life?
annual expenditure.
From the medical expense part of it, say monthly around 5 to 10,000.
At least starting figure, because
Yeah.
again it depends on what lifestyle also we
Yes,
provide, right? Like
yes.
today we don't even think twice before giving 2,000, 3,000 for a grooming,
Right.
just for a
Yeah.
bath,
Correct.
so that way the lifestyle and the standard of living for even our animals has really drastically
Yes,
changed.
and standard of living for the animals, as you mentioned, the quality of life which you give the pet. So I have clients who come once a year, just vaccine to vaccine, full year nothing, dog is
Amazing.
healthy.
Everything is
Amazing.
fine. Great.
So yeah, that's on how you bring about your pets and how much care you take for them.
Yeah.
What in your sense and what in your view should be the criteria to identify and select an ideal vet?
To search for a vet, you first see the credibility of the vet. Nowadays, sorry to say, but there are people without having a doctor's degree are still, practicing as a vet.
Without a degree?
Yeah, they call themselves as doctors. So always be careful. Secondly, is you can go by recommendation of your friend.
Absolutely.
So they have a positive experience. They have more knowledge. Like they must have been to different vets, and wherever they are comfortable, they are happy with the treatment. And thirdly, you have to see the economics as well. So whatever fits in your budget, because it's not wrong for a vet to charge, because everything is expensive.
Correct.
Yeah.
Medicines are expensive, the education is expensive. You as a person, you're investing so much money on yourself to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
and that is for the good of welfare of the animals.
Yeah.
So you have to respect that as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So thank you very much for joining us today. I think we truly had an insightful session. A lot of things that I had absolutely no idea exist and how they need to be approached or addressed.
Great.
If you like the kind of content that we are creating, or have suggestions, questions, or topics that you would like us to take up in the future episodes, do write to us in comments.
And for more, please like, share, and subscribe, and share it with every single pet parent you know. After all, this is all about being aware of our animals.
Thank you.
Thank you.